And for today's deck tech, we have a special one because we have our friend Justin from Commander Coliseum. How you doing today, Justin?
I'm doing so good. I'm so excited for this one. I love Jonah Jameson.
You're fired.
No way, I need you. Come back here.
Yeah, we have Jonah Jameson in EDH deck tech. He's a menace. We are loading this deck up, and
he's not a menace. He's making other things menaces.
Okay, yeah. Well, he's saying he's a menace the whole time. The whole deck is menaces, and he's gonna be pissed.
He's super excited the whole time, though.
Yeah, he is. So Jonah Jameson, a mono red spoiler from the upcoming Spider-Man set. When he enters, he suspects up to one target creature. Suspected creature has menace and can't block. Probably going to pick Jonah because he doesn't have menace, and we want that second benefit, which is whenever a creature you control with menace attacks, you create a treasure token. What the F?
Yeah, it's like extra ramp on a mono red, which is what it needs.
Yeah, mono red doesn't get lands or ramp at all, so this is perfect.
Yeah, and you're running 34 lands.
Yeah, and you get to make J.K. Simmons quotes the entire time you're playing. It's totally worth it.
Exactly. Yeah. You're a menace.
Yes.
You're fired. Get back here.
Yes. Okay, so market value currently around $300, kind of high. Not anything too crazy as far as Spider-Man spoilers goes. I think it's just the support cards for mono red to get this going, and we're only running 34 lands. You okay with that?
No.
No.
More lands.
So 23 of those being mountains and 11 of those being non-basic. So yeah, the goal here is to load up the board with a bunch of menace creatures and then to get added value off of all those treasures you're going to make, whether that's going to be big spells or whether it's going to be comboing off. So really, really exciting deck for you today.
And it is in the perfect place, mono red. Synergy Sanctum's most happy place.
That's my guy. Yeah, I'm tempted to buy and build this deck because it seems super fun. So to get us started, we have our win cons and our combos. So I can't make a mono red deck without running Repercussion and Blasphemous Act.
Yeah, no, you can't. I know that from experience. And also the last 3 deck techs we've made, I'll include Blasphemous Act.
Yeah, but not Repercussion. Repercussion's so good. If a creature takes damage, their controller takes damage. So
you just gotta not play Blasphemous Act if you have creatures out.
Yeah, so if you have a hand with Repercussion and Blasphemous Act, don't do anything for like the first 5 turns.
Just wait 7 turns and you win.
Yeah. 1 red, you win.
You'll be the menace.
Yeah, so good. So broken. And then this deck has a combo potential to go infinite with Aggravated Assault. So for 5 mana, you can untap all of your creatures and you get additional combat phases. So if all of your menace creatures, which is all we're really running in the deck, attack, you're making treasures. And as long as you have 5 or more out and they're not dying, you can go infinite with infinite combats.
That's nice.
Yeah, really broken. And we have some cards in red that prevent your opponent's creatures from blocking, so there is some really big win potential here. And then we also have Neheb. So Neheb the Eternal can do this after the fact. So let's say you don't have 5, but you have enough to make X amount of treasures and they're doing X amount of damage. You get red mana for each life your opponent's lost in your post-combat main phase. So really, really good, and you don't need to be in combat for Aggravated Assault to work. You could be doing this in your second main as well, so really solid here.
Yeah, that's lovely combos. And we have our new friend Knuckles.
Yeah, Knuckles, the backup to Hellkite Tyrant. So Knuckles is here because at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 30 or more artifacts, you win the game. And he also gives you additional treasures if they happen to get through. So similar to Hellkite Tyrant wants 20, Knuckles wants 30, but we're going to be making a ton of treasures, so we are
another vigilante.
Yeah, another vigilante, 100%. You are on point. All right, let's talk through all
the menaces.
The menaces.
More menaces.
The criminal. All right, so we are running Vincent Vengeful Atoner from the new Final Fantasy set. Whenever
he has menace.
He does have menace. All these creatures got menace. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage, he's getting bigger. And then when he deals,
and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, that's all we're doing.
That's what the point of menace is, to hit combat damage.
Yeah, ideally. He does X amount of damage to everybody if he gets through, if his power 7 or greater. So he's really solid. Stormblood Berserker just gets bigger with the Bloodthirst 2, just has Menace. The Mary Janes and Ghost Spider Gwen Stacy, but Ghost Spider Gwen Stacy is really broken here because when she attacks, she's going to do damage just based off of the number of attacking creatures, and we've got a lot of low to the ground menace guys.
You're trying to swing all the menaces.
Yeah, 100%. Kamanu Battle Armor is really good because he gets the added value of goading all of their creatures. So this card's super broken. Yep.
I love goading creatures.
Yep. And then it could be reconfigured and just be an artifact as well. So you can cast it and play.
So you can equip another menace with more things.
Yeah, more menace. Yeah, exactly. Carry Zev.
I hear what's better than one menace is two menaces.
Yeah, that is how it works. Yeah, it stacks. More treasures. Carry Zev is bringing in a little baby Ragavan, but she has menace, so she's here. And then I loved Frantic Scapegoat isn't actually good, but it is hilarious. So when he enters, he suspects, so he immediately gives himself menace. And then whenever one or more other creatures enter the battlefield, if he's suspected, you can suspect one of them to remove his, but I don't know if we will because everybody else already has menace. And he just looks like a psychotic menace. How many more times?
Hey,
menace.
A red mana menace.
Yeah.
One red menace. He's getting you treasures. He's a treasure goat.
Yeah, he reminds me of those weird
He's a
goats
scapegoat.
from Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah. The ones that pull the boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Teapot Slinger from Bloomborough, pretty solid. Does 2 damage if you expend 4, which means you expend 4 as you spend your 4th total
so
mana.
we cast Ghost Spider.
Yeah.
Bam. Even
and
if
then
you're
boom,
using treasures.
damage, yeah.
Extra damage.
Generous Plunderer is giving everybody treasures, but then when he attacks, he's dealing damage equal to the number of artifacts they have. Pretty broken.
And he's got Menace.
Menace!
Stop him!
Then even more Menace, so Daily Bugle Building gives Menace to a legendary creature, which is
probably
pretty
don't
good.
need, but gotta have it.
There's like a handful of them, I think. I don't know. Goldhound can be mana as well as it has Menace. Daring Piracy is really solid because it's going to make you a menace guy at combat, and then it exiles at the beginning of end step, but you don't really care.
Get a treasure every turn.
Every combat from an enchantment. And we know that Magic players don't play enchantment removal, so we're solid.
I mean, at least 2 of them do.
Yeah, you, right? Yeah.
No, I don't. I was hoping you did.
No, I don't.
Ah, shucks.
No, if they get the enchantment out, they deserve to win. Breaches is giving you some pseudo draw, so pretty solid there.
And more treasures because he has Menace.
Yeah, more Menace. And then Null Warband, even though you wouldn't get the triggers off of the Myriad, he is making 3 additional 5/5 Menace guys if you're in a pot of 4, so pretty solid.
Yeah, just hit people. Hit more people.
Yeah, and then he costs 1 less for each opponent who was dealt damage, so if you split your attacks, he can potentially be like 2 mana, which is pretty broken.
That is nice.
Yeah. Okay, and then we've got a lot of Menace, but as you notice, they are little babies. They're like 3 damage. They're not going to survive. They got like tiny butts, so we need to make sure they stay protected, and here's how we're going to do that.
Access tunnel.
Just access tunnel.
That's the only one you need.
Yeah. So access tunnel and rogue's passage are on lands, and they are protecting a single creature.
And goading.
Yeah. Are they goading? Oh yeah, Disrupt a Corp's goading. Yeah. Yep, good call. And then Bedlam, screw it. Nobody can block. Game over.
We don't need to block. You don't need to block either.
Yeah, everyone's going to be a menace.
Mono red is notorious.
Yeah, for being an asshole. Yeah.
Menace.
Yep, and then we've got Dolmen Gate, which will protect your creatures, so it's going to prevent the damage being dealt to attacking creatures you control, so your menace guys, even if people are going to block. I don't even care
if you're blocking with multiple things now.
Yeah,
I'm not going to take damage.
Yeah, exactly. And then here's how we're really going to get through, so any one of these 3 spells is going to probably win you the game if you pull off one of those infinite combos. So Cosmotronic Wave, Demoralize, and Hazardous Blast make your opponent's creatures not able to block for the turn, which is really good with that aggravated assault and all of.
Then you can hit and get the treasures, and then you can activate the aggravated assault again, hit again.
Exactly.
Because it's all still the same turn.
Yeah, really, really broken.
It's a menace.
It's a menace. You're fired.
Come here. You're not fired.
And then Smoldering Spires can target a single creature when it enters and make it not able to block.
Yeah, get on my site. Get out.
Other good stuff in the deck. So we're running Electro Dominance. It does a bunch of damage, and then you can cast something X or less from your hand. Pretty good.
Yeah, damage.
Yeah.
Any target, so it's a finisher too.
Yeah.
Someone's at 5 life, you're dead.
Yeah, and when we're talking about big spells, here's where we're kind of getting into that suite of cards. So, like, you're going to be making a lot of treasures, and yes, you could pour those into Aggravated Assault, but you can also pour those into any of these X spells or these bigger things.
We can't rely on one card. You gotta have some backup plans.
Yeah, Mono Red needs all the backup plans.
Get back in here.
Secluded Starforge from Edge of Eternities is really good. You can tap down those treasures to make something bigger on a land.
A land? So you can make a menace, a really big menace.
A big menace, yeah.
A scary menace.
Yeah, one that destroys the city. Yeah, 100%. World at War I chose over other ones because it has the rebound. So you'll pay the 5 for an additional combat, and then you get it again at your next turn. Really good.
Solid.
Yeah, and then when we're thinking about like mana sinks, Crackle with Power is disgusting in this deck with all the treasures you're gonna make. So
yeah, I mean, if you need it, you got it.
Yeah,
if you got it, you got it.
Yeah, and you will have it because it's 5 times X damage to each of up to X targets, and those targets aren't going to be creatures; they're going to be player removal.
Faces.
Yeah,
we're
faces,
going for the
bro.
face, yo.
And then Reign of Riches, I feel like this card's really good, but it really needs the treasure synergy in the deck, and this deck's making so many treasures. So for each turn, the first spell that you cast, if you spent treasure, it cascades. So
dude, this should have its own slide. This is a menace on its own.
Freaking disgusting. Yeah,
that is super good. Yeah, we're gonna have so much treasure. Everything's gonna have cascade with that.
Yeah. Well, your first spell. Yeah.
Oh, well, still.
But still, you cast instants on other people's turns and still get the value. Really broke it. And it makes treasures. It makes even more treasures. Yeah. And then Farid Enterprising Salvager is pretty versatile. So you can sack these treasures for 2 mana. You can either make Farid bigger, you can go to specific creature, or you can loot. So pretty solid backup plan here to use those treasures for something else. You think there's enough draw in this deck, bro?
No, I think we need more. I think we're missing some draw.
Yeah, so more menace creatures here, but each of those is either doing pseudo draw like Professional Facebreaker or Lightning Security Sergeant, or they're looting like Veronica. Sin Prodder is really interesting because you're going to reveal the top card and then they can stop you from taking it if they take damage. Otherwise, you get it. Really seems good.
Oh man, such value here.
Yeah, Rune Grinder is another menace guy, but he has Mountain Cycling or he wheels when he dies, so that's pretty good.
Ooh.
Rotisserie.
Also, it's a 7/4. He's a menace.
Yeah, he is a menace.
Super big menace.
Yeah, bigger menace. Yeah. And a lot of builds for this, I want to call it out real quick. A lot of builds for this had more low to the ground ones like Rotisserie Elemental and just a bunch of those. But I think like longevity wise, you need kind of bigger ones like Rune Grinder. Yeah,
like
100%.
Scary bros. Like Rune Grinder is super scary.
Yeah.
7/4. If you dual block with him, you're losing 2 creatures.
Yeah, minimum. Yeah.
A lot of time, if it's a low creature that has menace, they dual block. They might lose 1 or they don't lose any.
Yeah, I think I'm sold. I'm buying this deck.
This is awesome.
Yeah, this is number 55 for Synergy Sanctum.
The most fun for this deck is while you're playing it, you just get to cosplay as Jonah Jameson the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. Yeah,
you just get to yell, call all
and
your cards
probably
menaces.
gonna win. You're probably gonna win.
No one wants to remove it because it's so funny.
Yeah, even if you were like, so yeah, this deck is pretty dependent on Jonah Jameson, but I picture loading the board with a bunch of menaces and then
Jonah
casting
Jameson. He's a mid threat.
Right.
He's not going to kill anybody. He's not going to combo off. He's just making
an engine. Yeah.
That's all he's doing. He's not that scary. People don't want to use a removal on something that's not going to kill him.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's a little
that's why he's an awesome commander.
He's a menace.
Yeah, he is a menace. He's turned. Rotisserie Elemental, I think, is really funny. So when it deals damage, you get to put a skewer counter on it, and then you can sack it. And if you do, you exile that many cards, and you get to play those cards this turn. So kind of pseudo draw again. But I just think it's funny.
1 red though. That's so good. You play if you get that on turn 1 or 2, and then once you get J out, you're automatically getting treasures.
A lot of single drop red menace creatures in this color. Really surprising. Yeah, Irreverent Gremlin.
Oh yeah, we're real surprised that mono red has good menace low to the ground
single
creatures.
Drop. Yeah, red creatures. Yeah, Irreverent Gremlin. I've been playing this a lot more, but it has menace, so it's relevant here. But then when another creature with power 2 or less enters, you get to loot, which is pretty solid. You only get to do it once a turn though. But
that's okay. Once a turn is still good enough.
Yeah, and then we got War Room because we're in a mono color, so we're going to just pay a life for draw. Big Score and Unexpected Windfall get us more treasures. Then we got even more draw on the deck with Pirates Pillage and Demand Answers. Yeah. Demand Answers, Peter Parker.
Bring me an answer. I want pictures of Spider-Man. Yeah, we need some alt art for this with Jonah Jameson demanding answers.
Yeah, this deck's totally like set up to be a proxy deck to just have like J.K. Simmons on all of it.
Just yelling at everyone. Yeah, everyone is just yelling at people.
100%. All the normal red spells that do the discard and draw 2 cards. Collector's Vault of Gangs that's making a treasure.
Make some treasures here and there.
Seize the Spotlight, I feel like, is such a solid red card. So each opponent's going to choose Fame or Fortune for 3 mana. And then if they choose Fame, you take a creature until end of turn. And you get to untap and they have haste, or if they choose Fortune, you get to draw and make a treasure. So depending on their board state, you're probably getting the draw and the treasure most likely.
So much card text, but it's a very good card.
I know. That's why people don't play it probably. Because it's
people see words and
as soon as it's a paragraph, they tap out.
We have a problem on page 1.
Yeah, there's a page 1 problem. And then Count on Luck, probably one of the only good cards out of Ether Drift, aside from that like blue, what was it, Stock Up or something that I just learned about.
The uncommon Stock Up.
Yeah, Count on Luck gives you pseudo draw on red. At upkeep, you get to exile the top card. You can play it for the turn. Really solid.
Yeah, really good.
And then removal in the deck, so we're running Star Athlete, who has Menace.
Just a little bit of removal.
Yeah, and when he attacks, you get to choose a non-land permanent, and the controller sacks it. And if they don't, then he does 5 damage to them, plus all the Menace BS. This card's really good for 3 mana. And then the 3 mono red removal cards that are cheaper and affordable than, the other ones. And then finally, rounding us out, our mana in the deck. So we're making a ton of treasure. So Zorn has a place here to double those up.
Good.
Oh, so broken here. Pain Distributor, really interesting. When a player casts their first spell, they get a treasure, and then when an artifact an opponent controls is put into the graveyard, he does a damage to that player. So I don't know how much we care about the second ability, but giving everybody treasures.
You get treasures too.
Yeah.
So you get double treasures from him, and you punish other people that might be doing artifact things.
Yeah, so broken. Bedhead Beastie has Mountain Cycling for 2, so you can go get some lands. Otherwise, he's a big 5/6 menace.
Yeah.
Mana Geyser is going to load up your mana if you need it outside of the treasures.
And the big boy Goldspan Dragon.
Yeah, that's your guy. What's Goldspan do?
He doesn't even need Menace, but he is definitely a menace. All your treasures tap for 2.
So good.
Like Zorn, but he has haste, so he gets more treasures also.
Yeah.
Turn you play him.
Super broken. Sword of the Animus, we're in an attack strategy here, so we'll get a land every time we attack.
Which is what we need in red.
Yeah, and then
a little extra land support.
Another call out with Crime Novelist, so we're going to be sacking a lot of treasures. Every time you do, he's getting bigger, and he's getting you red mana, so it's like double mana for those treasure sacks. So broken.
Oh, and a place for a Final Fantasy Crystal.
I know. The Fire Crystal is relevant in a mono red deck. It's relevant in a lot of decks, but in this one, it gives all your Menace guys haste, so super, super broken.
Super good. Yeah, because getting lots of extra value out of those Menace.
Yeah.
Menaces.
Solid build. Any more Jonah Jameson quotes to close us out?
You're fired!
And with that, our show has come to an end. Thank you so much for watching our video. And if you enjoyed that video, feel free to share it out with any friends who might find value in it as well. Thank you so much for stopping by. We hope to see you again soon. Have a good one.